Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your reading for the second week of March, starting tomorrow the 5th from till the 11th. And I'm just going to be doing the regular reading for you guys, with the first card being your energy, the second card being their energy, whoever's coming towards you. Third card is going to be the current situation, and the fourth card is going to be your upcoming situation. Okay, so Sag, let's get started with your reading. So for you, you have the Ace of Swords. The Hierophant is who's coming towards you. The Sun is your current situation. And the Page of Wands is what's coming up for you. So before we draw clarifiers, this looks like you guys are with the Ace of Swords in the energy of wanting to start something and offer a honest truth and speak your candor to somebody. So you might be feeling pretty honest this week, Sag, and just feeling like you need to say exactly how, like, what's on your mind. And whoever's coming toward you, the Hierophant, this could be, what do you call it, a Taurus, or it could be any other sign, it doesn't matter. But this person is potentially somebody who is more traditional, somebody who might look to some sort of organized religion, but they might just be in general somebody who has like a lot of exercises a lot of self-control and like tries to stick to a status quo. And if not that, they might be somebody who is like offering guidance and support spiritually or just like in general. You have the Sun as your current situation, which is really good, Sag. That's just like, you know, how it looks, like happiness, joy, warmth, fun. Your inner child is out to play. So for a relationship, that's a pretty good energy. You know, just like easygoing, fun. You know, with the Sun, also a fiery element there for you guys. So that seems very positive. And then you have the Page of Wands as your upcoming energy. So that's more like somebody who is like free-spirited and moving forward in like a creative and passionate way. So that might just be the energy one you were embodying, or the two of you guys together. So to draw clarifiers for these, you have the Queen of Wands for you, Sag, which is Leo. The Wheel of Fortune for the person coming towards you. The Eight of Swords as your current situation, and the Seven of Cups as your upcoming situation. So with these two together, Sag, I'm trying to cut down the time that I use talking about this without having like all the clarifiers out, because the story could seem one way, and then after all the clarifiers are coming through, you could just be like, oops, that was totally the opposite. But anyway, Sag, so far it looks like you're also embodying this energy of just being very like warm and vibrant, like you're a high energy person. Also can potentially be coming off as a little self-centered or selfish, but either way, just somebody who enjoys the spotlight and somebody who will you know, be like the life of the party, center of attention. Like your fun energy is like what draws people to you, and you might be harnessing that energy to bring about your truth this week. With the person you're with having the Hierophant in the Wheel of Fortune, they could be somebody who is using tradition and guidance to kind of break a karmic cycle, or by doing this, they're beginning a new one, where they might be beginning to help themselves. And move in a more spiritual path, perhaps. With the current situation having the Eight of Swords here with the Sun, you could be potentially coming out of the energy of feeling bound, trapped, kind of like locked up in something and stuck, and coming into the Sun, or it could be the other way around where you are moving into that energy, but I will see with the final clarifier. And here with the Seven of Cups, it speaks of looking like idealization and looking at things in your mind and just like having all these creative, wonderful ideas and thinking of all these things you'd love to have or love to create and love to see, but you're not really necessarily putting action to create it in the world just yet. But with the Page of Wands here, it kind of makes me feel like you might be taking that action moving forward with this passionate energy, like I said, on these ideas and dreams that you've been having. So yeah, your final card here is the Chariot. So for you, Sag, most of you, I'm going to say that you are coming forward with truth this week, offering your truth to somebody. And it's going to be, it might come off to them as, like I said, a little self-centered in their perspective, or it may be received as selfish or aggressive. But that's just really your like passionate nature, Sag. So they might just take it the wrong way. But here with the Chariot, I see that you are trying to exercise self-control, and you are trying to be considerate about how you deliver this truth to somebody. And you're doing it with the intention of moving forward. This is not something that you're trying to do to like start an argument with somebody and just kind of like create drama. This is like truth in the name of moving ahead to the next step in the relationship. Or if, you know, this is somebody you've just met or they're just coming towards you, this is you like being like more serious about things and wanting, even if it's not like you're not looking for like a long-term committed relationship, you're like, you very much so want your truths, needs, and desires to be known and heard. And then the final clarifier for the person coming towards you, Sag, is the Fool. So here with the Hierophant and the Wheel of Fortune, we have the Fool. The Fool is somebody who loves their independence and like enjoys just living in the moment, doesn't really try to plan too far ahead into the future. They kind of just they are like kind of carefree and fun. They're probably coming off more as like a happy person. With these three here, I get the vibe that somebody could potentially be taking a journey. Like this person coming towards you might be somebody who is a traveler on like a spiritual journey, or this could be somebody who is your partner or coming towards you who is about to take a spiritual journey to try to, you know, get a better perspective on life. I feel like they might be coming out of a karmic cycle. Some of you, this is somebody who is doing the opposite and is stuck in a karmic cycle. They might be stuck in tradition and not kind of like trying to take on this energy of being more carefree, and are kind of just being like reckless at this point and like just not taking any kind of caution whatsoever, and they're just kind of being self-destructive. Or they could be somebody who may potentially be flighty. If you are looking for somebody who is committed and stable, this might not be the person if they are in a underdeveloped state. They might be kind of just with the Hierophant too, it could kind of also be like a false prophet, somebody who's like, this might be somebody who like is like a very like, oh, they're like a very spiritual, carefree, fun-loving person. Yes, like that's how they portray themselves, and they always have like, they like to preach a lot, perhaps, like, you know, they like to tell you the things they've learned, and they like to give advice and all that kind of stuff, but they don't take it themselves. They don't like implement their own, like, how they say things should be. They don't quite do it themselves either. So this might be somebody who's been doing that for a while with the Wheel of Karma here. This is just kind of like the cycle they're stuck in. they may or may not even realize it. And with the Fool here, they could kind of just be reckless and kind of just like hop around from place to place or idea to idea, not even a physical traveling, but like just kind of like not knowing what quite fits best, so they're kind of going to just try everything out. And like, I don't want to say they're going to leave, but they might just like be the type who quickly grows bored with something. I feel like that could be their problem here. They're trying to search for themselves because they don't really feel connected to themselves, and they kind of just like need constant like entertainment because they don't really have they're not directing that energy inward, so they constantly feel bored, kind of lazy, maybe even. Okay, and so with the final clarifier for the, so with the final clarifier here for your current situation, somebody might be feeling left out in the cold and kind of abandoned. And like I was saying, this could be somebody who leaves frequently, or sorry, I didn't realize it was behind the plan, leaves frequently, or like mentally checks out, and just like tries to hop from idea to idea, place to place. Because, you know, you have something good here with the Sun. This is like a really warm and loving energy, but yet it's being blocked by these Eight of Swords, and it's kind of like just somebody's feeling trapped when they might not be trapped. They might be just like with the mental, like the energy of Swords is like mental, speaking, communication, words, that sort of thing. So somebody might be trapped in their own mind. This could be you, Sag, but it also could be the person coming towards you. Or it could just be a situation creating this feeling for the both of you. And it looks like overall, like somebody is just going to, though there's like love and good intentions, or, you know, kind-heartedness and warmth behind everything, like somebody just can't get past their own issues that's going on in their mind and it's going to leave. They probably are going to feel isolated themselves, and they don't realize they are the ones doing it to themselves. Somebody is self-isolating, and when they're doing that, they're also causing the other person to feel left out in the cold. So they're kind of both, you guys are kind of both feeling stranded and apart from each other, perhaps. And then the final card here with the upcoming energy is the Nine of Pentacles. So with this energy, this is more like single, independent, like, and single in the sense of not necessarily, you know, single relationship wise, but like independent and like self-sufficient is what I should say. Like somebody who could stand on their own 2 feet, whether they're in a relationship or not. So from here, that might be you, Sag, realizing you want to move forward with the passionate energy you have of like all these ideas and dreams and plans with somebody, but you might need to you feel like you may either need to be single completely, or you need to take some time to like strengthen yourself and have more self-sufficiency and not depend on somebody if you are being a little dependent. Or you could feel this way about the other person, or they could be feeling this way themselves. So Sag, overall what I'm seeing for you here, I mean, I'm sorry if I'm seeing low energy. I'm definitely just tired. I only got a few hours of sleep last night, but so here, Sag, what I'm seeing for you is, you know, you are coming here with the truth. I feel like this is a truth that is going to be something that the other person doesn't necessarily want to hear, you know, because with the Swords energy, even though it's very honest and straightforward, it also could come off as cold and harsh and cutting. And with like the powerful energy of the Queen of Wands, like your fiery energy, that could definitely come off as somebody as like threatening or so like make them become defensive, but you're not doing it to like piss somebody off. You're not doing it to like anger them or bother them. You're doing it to try to move forward and be like strong-willed. Like you're just not really going to bend in this situation. You feel like what you're doing is right for you, therefore it is the right decision. With this other person, I'm getting the feeling, like I said, that they are, whoever's coming towards you, or you know, in this week, they are kind of stuck in some kind of, I feel like it's definitely a mental situation here. They are just kind of either not following their own advice, or they're looking to like old tradition or something like that, and they're not really, either way, they're not really like thinking for themselves nor applying what they know to their situation. Therefore they keep ending up in like the same cycles, and they kind of just use that as a like, they use like, because of this issue, they are like an escapist type of person. Like they will constantly just go from place to place and kind of just like live in the present, but in a way that's like, because they don't want to have to deal with what's happened in the past, and they can't even conceive like the future right now. They're kind of just like, I guess I'm just gonna exist, like that kind of thing, instead of like, oh, I'm really enjoying life and I'm gonna make the best of it. Like it's more like, I'm just going to survive right now, and that's all I can do. So they're kind of going through it, it looks like, this week, Sag. In your current situation, like I said, somebody is just kind of feeling trapped from this sunny, warm energy, happy energy. They're just kind of trapping themselves in their own like despair and mental anguish. And it's going to leave them feeling isolated, because they're isolating themselves and they probably don't even realize it. But, like, they're choosing to do that to themselves. They don't even realize it, I mean. And the other person, like you, if this is them doing this to you, Sag, is just going to be feeling like, wow, like, no kind of, like, you're just not going to be feeling the love. You're going to just be feeling left out in the cold and just, like, forgotten and abandoned, kind of. And with the upcoming energy here, I see some of you are going to be making the decision to move forward towards things that are going to liberate you from this relationship or this person, if it's not a relationship. And some of you are just going to be moving forward, not necessarily rejecting this person or breaking up from if it's a relationship, but you are going to be focused more on yourself and building your own personal wealth, which seems like a pretty good idea. You know, it's like always the best thing you could do for yourself in any situation, because when you fortify yourself and you strengthen yourself and you enrich yourself, you are only that much more so like strong and energized and abundant to like share that with others. So, Sag, that's it for you this week. I hope that that was helpful for you. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. If it didn't resonate or it wasn't specific enough, you can always book a reading. There's information in the description box below how to do that. I do Skype readings now, so if you guys want to talk face-to-face, we could do that. Or FaceTime. Yep. But that's it for you this week, Sag. I hope that all goes well with you. Much love.